Brown and Coach Collins were in here yesterday talking about the value of having a short game on defense. Like, the opponent's going to make, good play every once in a while, but not letting that snowball into two good plays, three good plays. You know what I mean? So, with that being a mental skill, how do you practice that before applying that in the game?
Really, like, you take it to practice. Like if you mess up a play, don't let that mess up your next couple racks that you got, the next play that you have. Just focus on that one play that you have, your one task, your one assignment, your one job. Focus on that. Do it to the best of your ability. But if not, then you got several more plays to get your face back, or just 7 more plays left in the ball game that you can have to clean up your mistakes, or just not, like you said, not letting it snowball into affecting your game. Just taking it one play at a time.
Scoop said if you didn't do that, you get gored on defense.
You would get what?
He said you get gored on defense.
Gored. Okay, wow. Yeah. You definitely got to have a short memory, especially playing like DB. Yeah, you got to.
We spoke with him a little bit ago. He also said he was surprised that JMU happened and then the second half of Duke happened, given how clean and efficient you guys were the first 3 games defensively. How surprised were you that you guys went in that mode for a while?
I was pretty shocked as well. I think everybody was pretty surprised. Especially JMU game, that was kind of a shocker for me as well. I was kind of just jaw dropped, mouth wide open, what happened? And then Duke, I feel we had a pretty good first half. Second half kind of went down a little bit, but I was very shocked, very shocked. Yeah.
How do you guys deal with that now? You obviously have your meetings on Sunday and you practice, but is there anything different that either you process personally or that maybe there's a little different messaging given the fact that you guys did go through that and had that surprise and shock?
Yeah, just like any other Sunday, we would come in as a team. We see what we messed up on, go with our position coaches and critique ourselves, listen to what we messed up on, and kind of, just correct what you messed up on. Don't let it happen again, or just if it's technique, go out on Sunday, work on those technique that you messed up on, and just continue to perfect your game. Try to be perfect. Try to be great. Be just not mess up those things anymore.
Huzzie, you talk about it being JMU being jaw dropping, which I understand. Jaw dropping for a lot of people.
Yeah.
As you look back on that game, are you embarrassed by that personally?
Yeah, I was pretty embarrassed after the game. Not anything to knock against JMU or anything, but just personally wise. I didn't play my best. We didn't play our best as a team, so that's what I was more embarrassed as in putting that product on the field and the results that came with it. But I would say I was pretty embarrassed. I was pretty embarrassed. Yeah, that's a good word.
Not trying to talk you into it.
No, yeah, that's the word that was used. So yeah.
Alijah, we were talking to Jeff yesterday. One thing he was talking about as far as missed tackles, quote unquote. He was saying at times guys might be trying to do too much, in the whatever the given assignment is. But what do you think is kind of the root of that, and is that something that you noticed on film, maybe of someone maybe overcompensated on a given play?
Yeah. I say just the missed tackle itself that I could see, that I seen from just the game. I think just missed tackles killed us tremendously. But you're trying to do somebody else's job. It can get you in the long run, but if you make the tackle, it might not be as bad. But you trying to do somebody else's job and miss the tackle, that's just two in one stone. So I feel you can't do it, another person's job. You gotta trust your brother that they're gonna be there when they're supposed to be there and make the plays whenever they come their way. So just vice versa, you being able to make that play when he sets up a play for you. So it goes both ways.
And then going off of that as well, how much of a point of emphasis has communication been the last couple of days, and just kind of going off what you said, knowing what each other's doing and stick with each other's assignments and things like that.
We really just been focused on ourselves, honestly, focusing on the defensive wise, controlling what we can control, doing what we can do, communicating more. In practice today, we overly focused on running to the ball and coming and making a tackle. So just going back to the basics. You got to go back to the basic one-on-one of football of just doing the little things right and overly communicate with your brothers. As long as we on the same page, I really don't feel like nobody could beat us. Nobody should be able to hurt us if we're all on the same page. So just going back to doing the basic things and having fun playing football.
But you do have Pittsburgh team that's rolling in here undefeated, without giving away anything. What concerns you about them when you look at their offense?
Well, they have some nice receivers. They have a good quarterback and a running back. I'm kind of familiar with these guys. I played against them in my other school, ETSU. They was at Western Carolina, so I've seen them a good bit. But they're pretty talented overall. They have a good team. They trust their quarterback, young quarterback, to come in and play ball. So I think as long as we just do us, play ball, communicate, and like we're saying, have fun and just do the basic stuff that we've been doing since forever, like I think we'll be all right.
Has it been fun around here in the last
Oh, yeah.
couple of weeks? With the couple of losses going on, has it been fun around here?
Yeah, I mean, it's not fun when you're losing, It's just like when you start off winning and then you go in a little hole for the last 2 games. But I mean, it's fun, just an opportunity to go play football and still put that uniform on every Saturday. So it's fun regardless.
You guys good?
I got a question about Pitt. With Holstein is probably the best passer you guys have faced this year. What makes him so difficult? Is he a guy that throws the ball on the move? Is he more I know he can run some, but he's a pocket guy when he's effective passing. What are his strengths and what do you guys have to focus on?
I mean, his arms definitely his strength. I think his legs can hurt too. So I mean, just being able to be dual threat, being able to throw the ball, run the ball, sit in the pocket whenever you need to. Honestly, I think the receivers make the show. I mean, he throws the ball, but somebody got to catch it. So I mean, and his O-line does a pretty good job. So I mean, I think he's pretty good. He's talented. He's a talented quarterback.
Do they have more speed than they did maybe a year ago? It seems like they might have some more speed.
Yeah, they got some transfers in. So I mean, they definitely got more speed on the outside.
Listen, when we were talking to Jeff yesterday, he mentioned that the unit meeting you guys had on Sunday night, he's called it a pretty long meeting just to sort of get into everything. What did you feel like was the tone of what he was trying to tell you guys? Just like, what were the vibes of that thing like? I mean, it seemed like you guys got into it pretty good with what is going wrong. Like, just if you can talk us through some of that.
I mean, first off, we kind of had like a heart-to-heart. We kind of just stated the obvious, like what happened, like why we lost, and like just certain plays that we knew we had messed up on. So just walking through those plays and like trying to correct those plays, and then like he was saying, like it really was just tackles. Like, I mean, you could teach a perfect play all the way till you get to make a tackle and you miss it, and it's just defeat the purpose. So I mean, just finishing plays and like going back to playing just defense how we did like the beginning of the year. So really just having a heart-to-heart, like, and talking as men, stating the obvious, correcting the obvious, and I mean, taking that and moving forward. Like, that's the only thing we could do, taking it a game at a time, and just continue to play football, have fun, and just correct what's need to be corrected.
Did you feel better coming out of there as you did, as opposed to going in?
Yeah. What, you talking about the meeting?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's always not as bad as it seems. Like, before you throw the tape on, you're like, man, I just had a bad game, man. I know I'm gonna get ripped on this play or something like that. But I mean, it's not as bad as it seems, like when you throw the tape on. So yeah, I felt better leaving it than before I went in, for sure.
I don't remember exactly what point in the game it was, but that point we returned, I think the dude got tried to tap him behind his head, and ended up picking it up. Like, you gotta take us through that play a little bit, and have you seen because he looked like he was in the end zone when he tapped it back. I'm sure
He was.
I mean, I thought he was gonna let it go, but like when he kicked it, I was like, because last week, no, it wasn't last week. Maybe it was like the first game, Minnesota, or maybe it was Charlotte. I don't know. Whatever previous game it was, the dude hit it. Like, he tried to save it from going in the end zone, and I remember like, I can get that ball, like, but I just never did it. And I was like, then we talked about it in film, and like Coach Galloway was like, if they hit the ball, you can return it. Like, even if you fumble or like do anything, like it's like a free play. So I just kept that in the back of my mind, and when he went over my head, I'm like, I ain't gonna call it a fair catch. I'm gonna just see what he do, and it just went in my favor, and I just took it and ran with it.
I know there was one of the leagues Matt was talking. It might have been like after the Central game or something. He was saying he was kind of talking to you about running back. I guess more punts and was post fair catch and things like that. What do you kind of remember about that conversation, and I guess putting that into practice as far as when to take the space and to kind of just keep possession of the ball.
Yeah, I kind of just, I mean, it's like a judgment thing back there. Like it kind of looks simple from the sideline, but until like you actually get up on their ball and like you just sitting there waiting on it to fall and people's running at you. So I mean, I'm just being smart. Like I just base it off smart plays. So I know any play is a positive play when you can return a ball, but mainly just receiving the ball. So I mean, when those plays come my way, I take advantage of it. But other than that, I just catch the ball. But it's always a plus to get yards.
Did you feel like when you did pick up that ball and return it, did you surprise them? Because I think a lot of people in the whole place were like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, you can do that? You know, like, did you sense that Duke was surprised by that?
Yeah, because everybody, like, they just kind of looked around, like, hey, what is he doing? I'm like, I kind of surprised myself that I did it. But, I mean, yeah, it was surprising.
It looked
Yeah.
like people slowed down.
Yeah, everybody thought the play was dead. Yeah, the play was dead. Like, even the dude, I was, like a couple yards from me, he kind of just, like, stopped. And when I picked it up, he was like, oh, snap, like, I got to go. Yeah. Like, what's he doing? Why is he running? Yeah.
When Lonnie told you that, like, when he said, that's a live ball, whenever it was, did you say, like, oh, man, I hadn't thought about that? Like, did he sort of teach you something in that moment?
He definitely did teach me, but also I seen it, I think, last football season. Was it dude from Memphis? I don't know who it was, but somebody picked up a return like that and took it to the house. Okay. And I was like, ooh, I didn't know you could do that. And then it's kind of like a refresher, like a reminder that you could do that on this play, so you might as well take advantage of it.
We were looking at each other up there when he happened, because we thought the guy was in the end zone.
Yeah.
And I was like, isn't it like basketball? If you're out of bounds, you're out of bounds, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think in college, the ball has to land.
Yeah, it has to cross the goal line, like the ball. Yeah, but like you can even be behind, like in the end zone, and hit it like back in, and it still
See,
counts.
that's what I thought he did.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Once it crosses the goal line in college, it's dead. In the NFL, it has to be there because you could like dive in and get back. Now, if his feet were in the end zone, then they probably blew it. But
Yeah.
whatever. Still, it's a play.
Yeah.